Hey folks, it's Shannon. Welcome on in. Today we're doing the 10th day, I believe, of Samhain in the 13 Nights of Samhain. So today we're talking about what Samhain means to me on a personal level. So if that's something that interests you, grab some tea or other snacks and let's get into it. Something weird happened to my audio, so we're trying again. So the first time that I tried a video, I was talking about how the how Samhain is the final harvest, or the blood harvest, or the third harvest, whatever you want to call it. But basically, it's this time where we stop, we gather all our resources, and we prepare for winter's slog that's coming up ahead. Um, I live in the upper Midwest, and so I feel that slog. um, and I think that even though I'm not at the point that my ancestors were, where I have to like slaughter all my animals and make preserves and save everything so that we can eat all winter, there are still some things that I do that like help me prepare for winter. Um, like I got my light therapy lights out. I have switched out my clothes a bit. I have pulled the coats out and the like hats and gloves and stuff out of the closet. Um, so there's a lot of prep work that still happens um, for the coming winter. Also, for me, this is the start of the festive season, right? So we start with Halloween, then there's Thanksgiving, then there's Christmas and Yule. Um, and and then New Year's. So it's kind of like nonstop for the rest of the year at this point. Um, and I think it's an exciting time of year. There's a lot of social gatherings. There's a lot going on. Um, so Samhain kind of harkens to the beginning of festive season for me. I think for me, Samhain is also a time where I like to touch base with my ancestors and kind of touch base and see how I'm doing with my practice related to them, as well as some of my other spirits that I work with, which we talked about earlier in the 13 days of Samhain or 13 nights of Samhain. I think Samhain for me is also a really good time to um, kind of mark time and touch base with my practice and my ancestors and make sure that I'm prioritizing what I'm wanting to prioritize. I think it's another good time to just check in, basically, um, and check in with some of the beings that I work with in particular. Um, and then I think my final thing that I want to talk about is that it's a great time for divination. And so this year, I think for the first time, I'm going to start doing my year ahead spread um, on Samhain. And I think this time in general, this season is really good for divination. I feel like we're starting to look inside more. And when we are being more introspective, I find that like it's a good time to be checking in with the cards or the runes or the ogham or whatever your divination system of choice is and seeing kind of where you are. I think it's a good time to pause and reflect. And um, if you do look into the future at all with your divination practice, it's a fun time to do that too. Those are my thoughts about Samhain from a personal level. I feel like it is associated with death and rebirth, the end of the old year, the beginning of the new year, um, the third harvest. What else did we talk about? The beginning of festive season, the last preparations for winter. Um, yeah, all that kind of good stuff, and a good check-in point to touch base with my ancestors and kind of the rest of my practice as well. So let me know. What do you think? What does Samhain mean to you? Let me know in the comments. Um, and tomorrow we will touch base again. There's a couple more nights in the 13 nights of Samhain, so the videos will keep coming. I hope you're enjoying them, and I'll see you again soon.